What is up, everyone? Welcome back to All Star Productions. Today we are talking about the biggest comeback in sim fighting history. That is WMMA6 The Comeback. After years of silence, the franchise is officially returning, and if you haven't seen my previous video, there was an announcement that was made about that. You should go check that out whenever you can. I'll put a link. I'll put a video. I'll put the video up at the top right corner, so you can take a look at that. But we've got some confirmed real updates straight from Adam Ryland, the developer within Grey Dog Software. So let's break down everything that we know, everything that's been announced, and what we can expect in the future following the release date. First off, yes, it is real. WMMA6 The Comeback has been officially announced by Adam Ryland and Grey Dog Software. The game is scheduled for a release date sometime summer of 2026. And the announcement confirms that the series is coming out of retirement with over 250 additions and upgrades compared to WMMA5. This alone tells us that it isn't a small patch or some sort of minor update, or, kind of like what 2K does, where they'll add in a couple of things, change some few things around, and then call that a new game. This is a full evolution of the franchise. And while we talk about the evolution and talk about the new features, let's talk about what's actually confirmed. The announcement highlights three major things: that it is officially happening. There are no rumors, there's no speculation. This isn't some parody post that was made on Instagram or whatever. This is 100% real announcement that was made by Adam Ryland and Grey Dog Software themselves. We have the summer of 2026 release window. It is the first real timeline that we've had in a few months. It is confirmed that it is coming out later this year in summer of 2026, which is huge. And we also have been confirming with over 250 additions and upgrades, meaning new systems, new mechanics, and potentially major improvements. And Adam Ryland also made an addition of speaking of comebacks, he made an official that the dev journal is coming back, and so there's quite a lot of things going on here, and I'm sure you guys are probably thinking here, let's go a little bit deeper. Actually, before we go deeper, let's answer the big question. What exactly is the Dev Journal? And that is a great question. The Dev Journal is a series of daily posts from Grey Dog Software and Adam Ryland that break down the game's new features one by one. Every few days, a new entry drops covering the mechanics, the systems, any of the changes and upgrades, and everything that'll be added or redesigned. If you followed TW9's Dev Journal, you probably already know how hype this ends up getting. it's basically a slow drip reveal of the entire game, giving us a full look at how WMMA6 is being built up from the ground up. So when the dev journal starts, we're going to be getting new information every single day. And you already know that I will be looking to hopefully cover everything that comes out of the dev journal. The announcement thread also gave us some hints about what might be coming as the dev journal, as we get closer to the dev journal. Fans have asked about AI improvements, exclusive contracts, we have exclusive contracts, but like changes to how the contracts work. Company size requirements, some changes on that, and also changes to the fight engine. While not every question was answered directly, the dev acknowledged that there was interest in modern AI and opportunity-based fight logic. That means WMMA6 may lean into smarter matchmaking, better fighter development, and more dynamic fight simulations. But now let's talk about what the dev journal will likely reveal once it starts. Let's talk about, first of all, something that will probably be a major change from the previous additions to the World of Mixed Martial Arts franchise. Number one is, of course, the change in the fight engine, which is obviously going to end up being a change that allows for the fights to not be as repetitive. You're likely to see more dynamic strikes and grappling altogether. There's probably going to be better transitions and openings. I assume there'll be smarter logic for the judges and for the referees, and that there'll be a more of a realistic flow to every fight from the fight engine. That is definitely something that'll be mentioned in the dev journal. I'm very certain of that. As of right now, this is all speculation. There hasn't really been much that's been confirmed because they're waiting to do it for the dev journal. But for number two, everybody is going crazy about artificial intelligence, and here is no exception. There will most likely be a deep dive into how the AI is going to look with matchmaking improvements as part of that too. There will probably be more features into selecting who gets to fight who, with better long-term fighter developments, going into like how much they improve on their skills and their kind of persona and everything like that. I'm sure there'll be more optional AI systems implemented, with changes being made to what already exists as well, and more realistic promotion behavior within like the AI and within matchmaking and just the entire game as a whole. So there's definitely that. And for number three, we'll take a look at the database and world expansion. What is most likely going to be talked about there as well, with the addition of with probably more of a even more of a look into how fighters will get to look, and how the coding will probably be something where fighters will be able to have more of a realistic outlook on things too, within skills and move sets and everything. The gyms and camps will probably be something that is changed up as well. There will probably be more realism to how the promotions will work, like I kind of talked about there as well, but for the databases side of things. And I kind of already talked about this, but there will probably also be talks about some new stats and some new categories that go into how the databases and saves will work. For number 4, let's talk about what most likely will be something talked about too. The user interface and the quality of life upgrades. There'll probably be cleaner menus. Hopefully there'll be faster navigation through what you have to get into. And there'll probably be talks about more options for sorting and filtering within categorization, like I was talking about previously. And it just, hopefully it'll make for a better experience, with also more customization options as well, for skins and stuff like that. And I've already kind of talked about promotional things, so let's take a deeper dive into that too, and what will most likely be talked about. For promotion management, there will probably be improvements within how the contract system works for when you're trying to sign a fighter or a commentator. Something that was talked about too is being able to sign referees and judges to contracts too. That'll most likely be addressed as well. More tools to build shows and events, and more improvements on how scheduling will go within the matchmaking, and just overall more control over long-term planning is something that'll probably be talked about as well. And speaking of fighters, something that'll be talked about, like I kind of already said, fighter development and how it'll probably be talked about how career systems will be implemented. I imagine there will be updated training logic with more realistic aging and peak windows, with smarter career progression, and improvements made on the injury and recovery systems as a whole as well. And finally, I want to talk about what will most likely be mentioned in the dev journals, modding and editor tools within databases and saves. The editors will probably be more expanded than they already are. And there will probably be better support for large databases, like, for example, the modern databases, or, some crazy database where there's like 75 different promotions with 10,000 fighters, and it's just, I hope, honest to God, that there are improvements on that, because the loading takes forever. It sucks. So I really hope there is something that is changed for that. And hopefully there will be talks about more freedom within customization for mods and for the editors as a whole. And why does this matter? Well, WMMA5 is still one of the deepest mixed martial arts simulators ever to be made. And Adam Ryland and Grey Dog Software put lots of care into WMMA5. So with this new addition for WMMA6 coming back with modern systems and with smarter AI and a potential rebuilt fight engine is massive. This could easily become the definitive statement for many people to say that this is the best mixed martial arts management game that has been made. That statement could last for a whole decade. That statement could last 2 decades. Like we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it is absolutely huge. But yeah, that's everything we know so far about WMMA6, the comeback, plus what the dev journal is and what we can expect from it. And as soon as the daily entries start dropping, I hope to cover everything right here on All Star Productions. So if you are enjoying the updates so far, I suggest you hit that like button. Drop a comment if you have any questions or concerns or just want to have a discussion. And if you don't want to miss the next breakdown, hit the subscribe button to turn on your notifications. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp, stay focused, and I'll catch you on the flip side.